Hey everyone, it is Friday night. My name is Steve Poikinen. This is Get Your Shit Together, the show that guarantees that even if we were allowed to be monetized by YouTube, we would lose that monetization immediately based solely on the title. I am joined by my better than your co-host, Gloria Jones. Ali Alexandra, what the hell is going on?
Hello.
It's going.
Holy fuck, it's a weird
Friday.
old
Yeah, sure
we
is.
we're going to step outside of all of the bullshit that goes on in our lives for a minute to talk about some bullshit that's going on in Santa Barbara, California. This was the article that was sent in to me earlier in the week. If you guys haven't noticed, there's kind of a little theme going on. If you send me an article during the week and it's either weird or significant, it's what we're going to open the show with. In Santa Barbara, California, there has been a little bit of election fraud discovery, and the investigation is the silliest part about it. So it comes out of the Santa Barbara News Press. Robert Ehringer writes, approximately 3,000 mail-in ballots counted in the November 3rd election were supposedly cast by UCSB students residing in a voting precinct that, along with other dorm buildings, includes the Francisco Torres Santa Catalina Residence Hall at 6850 El Colegio? Colegio? Okay. Road in Goleta. Problem. Due to COVID-19, the Torres building, which normally accommodates 1,300 students, was empty and locked down through most of 2020, as were all other UCSB dorms. This means that no students or voters were residing inside the Torres building nor any of the other dorms during the election season. It also means the ballots were fraudulent because that's because there's a second problem. The ballots could not legally have been forwarded to the students where they were actually living because forwarding ballots to alternative addresses is a felony. So the question is, did someone at the Torres building hijack the ballots, mark and file them, or did someone illegally forward the ballots to students living with their parents or elsewhere? Thomas Cole of Analytics 805, which monitors elections, uncovered the Goleta precinct's voting irregularities during the course of routine analysis. Alarmed by the phantom bells he'd pinpointed, Mr. Cole called the Santa Barbara District Attorney's Office for advice on how to file a criminal complaint alleging fraud or corruption of the voting process. The DA's office directed him to the Santa Barbara County Sheriff's Office. Mr. Cole's subsequent complaint filed with the sheriff's office alleges that someone in charge of the mail at the building illegally filled out the ballots for the students and sent all the ballots directly back to the election board, which is a felony. So here's what happened. Someone in charge of or with access to the ballots and signature machines simply ignored the phony signatures on the ballots returned from the Torres building, which is a felony, or is still a complaint, or officials turned off the signature inspection machine, or officials lowered the threshold of the machine inspection. Only a student actually residing in the Torres building during October-November 2020 could have received the ballot to vote. Thus, 3,000 votes counted from the Torres building are illegal. And then this is how it went down. They went from the sheriff's office, right, where the sergeant said, "I'll write a courtesy report and forward it to UCSB Police Department." 2.5 months later, without a word from them, they went to the Investigator, which I believe is a news outlet. They wrote to the sergeant. The sergeant wrote back, gave a direct number to the records department, right? So now we've gone from the DA to the sheriff to the records department. the investigator went to corporate little of the UCSB police department, now the campus police, or the precinct on campus through, So fourth office now. Have you yet endeavored to investigate the complaint? Have you made any progress? If the investigation has been concluded, what were the findings? And they write back, since Thomas Cole, who filed the complaint, has not been contacted by anyone from the police department to assess the mystery voting data that compelled him to file his complaint, I'm left with the impression that nothing has been done to investigate this alleged felony. Not 20 minutes later, called back saying it's not us. Santa Barbara County elections isn't our jurisdiction. This is the police department on campus. What did they do with the complaint? We sent it to the DA's office. Who do I talk to at the DA's office? It doesn't work like that. It happens electronically. So the entirety of the voter investigation or the complaint process to start an investigation where thousands of ballots have been found to come in fraudulently wound up in an electronically filed black hole.
Good.
Mercy.
Working well, huh?
This is like while the Department of Justice is getting ready to step in Arizona, and while the audit in Georgia has been found to have some fuckery afoot. Shit fuckery afoot.
Shit fuckery.
She's fuckery.
She's fuckery.
Shit fuckery. Shit.
Coy Contrarian, thank you for the Super A. We're gonna open the phone lines here in just a minute. And here either like 8:15 or something like that. We're gonna have people start calling in. Sleepy Josh has alternate instructions, but phone lines are open in about 7 or 8 minutes. And I hope you do. It was fantastic meeting you in person in DC. Shout out to the Coy Contrarian. They came by and they hung out in the Airbnb, and god damn it, Emma, photojournalist, freelance photojournalist, fan-fucking-tastic, good folks. And we'll hopefully be seeing more of you both in DC and all over the country during the Home Run for Julian tour. There is, Eric, a stop in Minnesota, in Minneapolis. And I will make sure that those dates get read out. Josh, if you want to go ahead and see if friend from New Hampshire is going to call.
All right. Hello.
Steve Boykinen.
Hey. What's happening, man?
President Donald Trump calling from New Hampshire.
President Trump is,
what are you doing in New Hampshire, President Trump?
Wow. What's up, my man? I don't even know who this is.
We're looking. Bob. Excuse me. Bob Kraft and I are looking into opening some massage parlors up here. We figured the place needs some diversity, so we're looking at that right now, and we have some Russian backers who are very interested in helping us.
Excellent.
So how are the happy endings at the Russian-operated massage parlors, President Trump?
Well, they're amazing. I mean, really, what ends up happening is when the thing ends, you yell "Spaziba" and you ring a bell, and a really nice lady comes out and gives you Trump ice water, which you can order offline right now at www.trump.russia/icewater. And we're running a sale right now, $39.99 a gallon. And really what it is just distilled toilet water from Trump Tower. So the happy endings are tremendous, Steve.
I am amazed that there are not Trump brand cleanup wipes for the happy ending.
We do have those.
I stumbled onto a missed marketing opportunity, Mr. President.
Coming soon.
Everything, the cleanup is just tremendous. Okay, we have a crew that does amazing work, and everybody gets complimentary hydroxychloroquine after their session too, just in case.
I mean,
Just
what
in
more could
case.
you ask for? How are things at the Winter White House in Mar-a-Lago? Things good?
Mar-a-Lago couldn't be better. Okay, I'll be
Excellent.
honest. I haven't seen Ivanka in about 6 months. She's
That's
been
okay.
yachting out in the Gulf states there with some of our friends in Saudi Arabia, having a great time. But
Excellent.
I'll tell you, Ivanka, she's running around in her bathing suits, and she just couldn't look better and more tan, quite frankly.
You've got to be proud.
Would have aged out for you by now,
Yeah.
Mr. President. She
Well,
got to be pushing forward.
Ivanka still looks great. She looks great, Steve. I got to tell you, she's
She
a
doesn't
perfect
look a
10.
day over
And
23.
What about the
if
other
she wasn't my daughter,
How's
we'd
she
probably
doing?
be dating.
How is Tiffany? We don't hear a
Tiffany.
lot about Tiffany.
Yeah. We like Tiffany, you know?
Oh, poor
I
Tiffany.
know.
Boy, she hit every ugly and every stupid branch down that tree, didn't she?
You can't win them all. She's in law school, yeah? Or she's a lawyer, maybe? I don't know.
Yeah,
She's got the
at
brains in
the
the
Trump
family,
School
right?
of Law. It's incredible.
Excellent.
Stuff.
I
Trump
mean,
University
that's
Law.
finest caliber. Wow.
I gotta say, sir, in terms of the Sun contest, I really there for a while I thought that you were losing because of Eric and Beavis. I can't remember his name, but Don Jr. That's right. That's it. I'm sorry, so I should have remembered that. However, with the recent revelations about Hunter Biden and his, let's say, liberal use of the N-word, you almost look like you're winning the Sun race now. Congratulations, sir. I did not see that coming.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, look, I love black people, okay? I've owned thousands, maybe 10,000, tens of thousands of black people now in my life. So I've always done great by the blacks. I love the blacks. I love Al Sharpton. Larry Elder's a very good friend of mine, very smart guy. Candace Owens is incredible. She's amazing. And quite frankly, I think we should put Candace Owens on the $20 bill instead of Harriet Tubman, because Harriet Tubman was a loser.
I think so.
Honest, okay? But I'll say this: I mean, Hunter. Hunter. He's had a tough go of it, and he's always just wanted to be a gangster like his old man. Whether it's having crooked deals in China, whether it's giving his brother no-bid contracts to rebuild Iraq after he helped destroy it. The Bidens are terrible people, and I got to be honest. Hunter's starting his own line of Hunter Biden crack parm cheese, which is amazing stuff. I hear you can order right now.
Wow.
And they got palm cheese all over the place. But Hunter's not doing that great. But Don Jr., the future is bright for Don Jr.
I've heard
very, very bright.
The cracked parm. I've heard that it's aged 14 years to Hunter Biden specifications. Can you comment on that?
It's aged 14 years, and that's actually, they call that the Jeffrey Epstein Reserve, Steve, if you can believe that.
Oh, wow.
Unbelievable stuff. They have it. They got it there at the White House. They have it in cryo with some adrenochrome to keep Biden going, and it's very, very potent, very powerful stuff, if you know what I mean. But yeah, Hunter's a total disaster. He's a train
You
wreck.
famously got by on solely Adderall, Kentucky Fried Chicken, and Diet Coke. How can you speak to the number of potentially like rare research chemicals and Alzheimer drugs that it would take to shoot up President Biden to get him to make it through a day at the G7, which just kicked off today? You got to be missing. Is that why you called? Are you feeling lonely?
You know you love those forums.
It's so true. I miss it. And look, I gave my good friend Putin a very warm shout out. I mean, he's gonna play Joe Biden like a fiddle, like Yo-Yo Ma.
Yeah.
Okay, he's gonna be like Yo-Yo Ma with a Stradivarian violin, and he is gonna play him. Okay, but yeah, I'm kind of lonely. I missed the big game. The G7 should be the G8. Russia should be in there. Okay, Putin's a good friend of mine. There's no evidence he ever killed anybody. From what I understand, journalists in Russia like the way rat poison tastes in their tea. Okay.
Oh yeah, this is great.
I have
nice
had
to hear from
Russian tea before, Mr. President, and it kicked like a mule. If you put rat poison in it, I wouldn't be able to tell. Like, that shit is strong.
It's very, very strong.
Mr.
It's
President,
very strong.
Mr. President, are we still trusting the plan?
The plan, it's so trustworthy. It's literally one of the most trustworthy and amazing plans. General Flynn right now is working on the flux capacitor for the time machine, getting the isotopes from the Iranians and the Lebanese and we're gonna go
That's our
back in
job.
time. We're gonna go back in
Mr.
time.
President, I'm
we're gonna
loving
we're gonna
the
go to
7D chess you're playing here.
Oh,
This
yeah.
is really complicated 7D chess. It's wonderful to witness.
There are people,
It
sir,
is,
who
it's-
believe that you are going to come back in 2024 and rule over these fair shores, God's favorite white country, as a God emperor.
With JFK Jr.
Could you speak to those rumors? Are we going to see a reemergence of Trump in 2024, or have you passed the torch?
It's so true. It's so true. I mean, look, I'm the last person the Democrats and Joe Biden want to see on that debate stage, okay? Just like I was in 16 against Crooked Hillary. But I think I'm going to be coming back, and I think it's going to be bigger and better and stronger and more amazing than anyone ever imagined. I'm having a lot of fun right now. I'm working with my friend, Governor DeSantis, Ron DeSantis down here in Florida. He's an amazing man. He's an amazing man. And I think I'm going to come back, and I'm thinking about putting him on the ticket.
Piece of shit when it comes to protesting in his state, but he does look sharp. I'll give him that.
Nice suit, yeah.
He's a very good looking guy. And Antifa, be careful. Don't come down and mess with our statues in Florida, because if you do, you could be executed on site. He has a shoot to kill order for all his law enforcement. Tough guy.
Tough guy, real tough guy.
I do not
killer.
want to take all of your time this evening. I know you're a very busy man. You got a lot to do, but I do have a bone to pick with you, sir. You went on Fox Business this week and you trashed cryptocurrency. You said that you preferred the dollar, and I would think, sir, that something that is notoriously as high energy as cryptocurrency, that you, sir, would be a fan of it. What's the deal?
Well, it's true, Steve. I did say that, but that's before I made the announcement that we are getting Trump coins in the market. Okay, this is a big announcement, making it here first for you and glory. Okay, all the glory to Trump coins. But Trump coins are going to be hitting the market soon, and I'm feeling bullish and bearish and sluggish about the prospects of it. And I think it's going to be incredible. But look, nothing beats the Federal Reserve, Steve. Let's be honest here, okay? That's a criminal cartel and a racket that the likes of which the world has never seen before it came on the scene in 1913 during the Federal Reserve Act. And crypto doesn't stand a chance. I don't care how many times that loser Elon Musk goes on SNL and tries to act like he's normal and not some kind of autistic mama's boy, okay? He can do that as many times as he wants, but crypto's never going to overtake the Federal Reserve or Trump coin when we launch it soon.
Mr. President, before you get out of here, how scared are you of a potential Dave Smith for president candidacy? I
mean, look, Dave is Legion of Skanks. Wow, what a great show. That sounds like, my beauty pageants, to be honest with you, Steve. But he's doing great work. And he's a smart guy. He went on Joe Rogan recently, and he was very well spoken. Joe was supposed to host a debate between me and Sleepy Joe Biden, but it never happened, but the offer still stands. But I think Dave Smith's speaking very beautifully about liberty and libertarian issues. And, if he wants to, anytime he can come down to Mar-a-Lago and we can hang out. And, I think he's going to do great things. Now, is he going to be treated fairly in the press? I was not treated so fairly in the press. So we'll see what happens. But I think Dave has a very bright future.
I have a feeling that he will be much maligned, sir. Perhaps not as much as you, but there was an idiot comedian or seven that never mind. That's all shit that you don't need to hear about. You're the former president. Sir, I don't want to take up any more of your time. If you got anything else that you would like to leave the good folks who are watching with, or anything that you in particular have going on that you would like to let us know about, now would be the opportunity.
Well, I always have things going on, but I could bring my good friend Eric Jackman to come on the phone and talk to you, Steve, and tell you some things that he has going on.
Oh my God, we would love that.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you for having me, guys. I'll grab Eric. He was just in the shower, but he's coming to the phone right now, and I'm going to be back in 2024. Look, I'm like herpes. I'm like herpes. Okay, I'm like a big pile of orange herpes. You think I'm gone. You think you got rid of me. But then you turn around and I flare up like you wouldn't believe. The hunt for Red October. Okay? Unbelievable.
God bless.
But I'll be back, Steve and Glory. I'll be back, and I'll call you. I'll be the first to call you guys when I have an announcement, okay?
God bless you, Mr. President.
Mr. President.
Thank you for all you do.
All right. I'll grab Eric for you.
Thank you, sir.
This is Steve Poikinen and Glory.
Eric Jackman, my friend. How you doing? That was weird that the former president was hanging out at your house while you were taking a shower.
Well, you know, I'm not telling many people, but I am working with him and Bob Kraft on this initiative here with the bathhouses. So we're working on some things. We're working on some things, you know.
New Hampshire's legendary bed and breakfast market is about to get turned out by some Russian whores.
Just what they need, right?
How you guys doing?
Man, it's been a weird one for sure. It has. I'm pretty stoked that we've got an opportunity here to get silly for a couple of hours and fucking shake some shit off. How you doing?
Yes, I'm great. I'm glad it's the weekend. It's Friday. I'm going out on Boston Harbor tomorrow. Every year I do an annual boating trip with a couple of my friends, my cousin and my brother, and we're going to go hit the ocean tomorrow. Just get out and go watch the planes take off and land at Logan Airport there out in the harbor. And,
all right. Good
you know,
sounds awesome.
You got any gigs coming up or anything?
Yeah, so Friday, July 9th, Jackman Radio, my podcast that I do with my brother Mike, we're doing a live show with an audience. There's 72 tickets available, and we're doing a live Jackman Radio podcast in Keene, New Hampshire on Friday, July 9th. And it's at a really cool new venue called Nova Arts. And they have, it's a performance space, and they have poets, music, open mic, comedians, that sort of thing. So they booked my brother and I to do a special live version of our podcast there. And, we're just going to tell some stories. We're going to riff on the news, do some of our best impressions. And we got a production company coming up from Philadelphia and New York to film it, do like a 3-camera shoot, and we're going to put it out as a special.
Hell yeah.
Nice.
Really excited about that. I think you retweeted the flyer for me there, Steve. I put on Twitter. I had this amazing Liberty artist. He goes by the name Top Lobster. Made a great poster of me. Yeah, he's awesome. And he made a poster of my brother and I shooting down Epstein's jet with a rocket launcher.
It's fantastic.
And,
it is.
It's kind of the spirit of the show. It's going to be the ethos of the show, and we're going to be there just firing red pills, man. We're going to be telling the real deal about Epstein and updating people on that, and just talking about the craziness that's gone on in our world the last year. And of course, we'll be talking about freedom of the press and giving a shout out to Julian Assange and keeping his name out there. And we're going to be doing our thing. So I'm really looking forward to that. And people are buying tickets, and it's just going to be good to perform in front of a live crowd again.
Oh yeah,
awesome!
Sure.
I can't tell you how nice it was every time that we were able to get out for an event, even during lockdown. But to watch the size of the protests get bigger and bigger and bigger each time, in spite of lockdown, and then as soon as we got a little bit more out of it, to watch them then double again. Very encouraging. We're gonna get to, we've got short time on the show tonight, a little bit less than we usually do, so I am gonna let you go, my friend, but I fucking am so grateful that you called in. I'm glad we got to do the Trump thing a little bit. It's fucking always
it was
fun.
awesome to have you call in, Eric. You fucking Tulsa.
Yeah. thank you so much. You guys do amazing work, and I'm honored to be, in concert with you and connected with you, and just keep doing what you're doing. And I think the future is bright, and we'll keep in touch and keep on rocking and rolling.
Hell yeah.
All
And I'm
right,
going
you
to be
too.
traveling for basically the rest of the month. But when I get settled back in, like first week of July, I want to reconnect with you and get you and your brother on the show.
Yeah, we would love to, and we still want to get you on our show too. We finally started live streaming, so that's been a great addition.
I've been checking out some of the stuff that you've been putting out. It's fantastic.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we've been putting out great content, and if people want to check us out, they can find me on Twitter at Jackman Radio, and our podcast is on Spotify, Podbean, Apple, and iTunes. And if they want any of your listeners who are in New England or my neck of the woods, you can buy tickets to my show at novaarts.org/events/Jackman Radio Live.
Right on. And I know we've got
Nice.
a couple of people around, at least in Corrupticate, that might be able to make it over. But yeah, if you're anywhere around New Hampshire, July 9th, get to Keene at the Nova Arts Center for the Jackman Brothers Live podcast.
Absolutely. Well, I really
Look at
appreciate
that.
it.
I didn't even have it in front of
me.
me. I just rattled it right the fuck off because I haven't smoked any weed today because I needed to be upset until we came on the air.
Well, that sounds good. Well, hey, you guys have a good night. Have a great weekend, and rock and roll, free Assange, and power to the people.
My brother.
Mm-hmm.
Have a
Much love,
fantastic
Eric.
night, Eric. Thank you for calling in, man.
All right, peace. Take care.
Fuck yeah.
Eric,
Jackman.
I got the number up. You guys can get, since you had Eric on a minute, you can go 15 over. So like,
Oh, okay. Thanks.
All right.
I'm sorry.
Dad said we could stay up for an extra 15 minutes, guys. You better fucking make it worth it.
Hey,
Grandma might pass
I'm
out.
gonna be up another 4 hours at least fixing my stupid computer. So
Yeah.
Tech Ninja.
I love copying like almost 2 terabytes of shit twice. It's fucking fantastic.
That sounds fun.
Hey, will somebody please clip out the Trump bit of that phone call and send it to us?
All right, we got one coming. Hello.
Hey,
Hello?
excuse me. Yeah, can you hear me okay?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
We can hear you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what's up? Who's this?
Am I on with you, Steve?
Yeah, who we got? How's it going? Thanks for calling.
Good. Hey, this is Coy Contrarian. How are you?
Oh, hey, what's up, man? How you doing?
Cool Contrarian, what's good?
How are you? How are you guys? It's been a while.
I know.
It has.
I'm gassed.
my friend.
I'm gassed. It's been a while. Implying the fact that we've met each other in person. Like,
Right. Right.
But yeah.
No, I'm looking at
what I'm referring to.
the date, and it's been damn near 3 months, like to the week.
Since the
What was
Clovers
it?
event.
March 12th, I think we went out there.
17th was when we had the Clovers for Assange fuck censorship event, and then the
St. Patrick's
18th was the protest outside the DOJ where it was raining, and I got to call them a bunch of cunts, and we got to chase off McBride.
And then Magnus got the infamous shot of him looking menacingly over at the FBI.
Oh yeah. With the megaphone.
Yeah.
I saw that. I'm glad you got that shot.
My favorite shot of Magnus from that weekend is when he's on the little scoot and he's got the fox mask and one of the sweatshirts that are Action for Assange sweatshirts on.
Is that
Because
the one
they're
with
like-
me next to him? And then
I don't know, dude. The live action scooter pictures are hilarious, though. They fucking never fail to crack me up. And like that's supposed to be like
try to
a
find it.
dangerous, menacing terrorist, and he's like
Yes.
a skinny love muffin on a scoot.
He
Tremble
owned
in
those
fear,
scooters that whole
America.
time. Yeah, no, that was great watching him scoot around DC from place to place, and yeah, just as you described it, yeah, he's the big menace to society, right?
I mean,
Yeah, no,
I was so terrified that I slept like a baby in the room upstairs.
I was so terrified I accepted a custom anonymous mask from him.
I
Dude made
needed
an
to get one of
anonymous
those
mask
masks.
with
He
my
had some
fucking
nice
face
ones
on
there.
it. Huh?
He had a collection of masks there that I wanted to buy it off him, but I never got around to asking him how much he wanted for it. Because I know he.
So
I think it was
what
him who
those
put some
were
time and
is
effort into those.
he like does like freelance like airbrush art painting and
Yeah.
shit like that, and did like miniature models and stuff for money. And he got a handful of Fox masks, and for like the Action for Assange crew and Convo Couch, he custom painted at like I don't know, 8 or 9 of them or something like that, and then gave them to us as presents. And that's what
okay.
those were. I was like,
Gotcha.
did you really go to the trouble of making a custom anonymous mask and then putting my face on it?
That would be
Thanks,
beautiful.
bro. Good looking out with the anonymous mask with my cartoon face on it. I love that thing. I do. What's going on, man? How you doing? What's on your mind, my friend?
Well, I've experienced so much here in the Twin Cities since we met back in DC. I mean, obviously everything that's gone on with the trial, and then to go on with the what would have probably have been a worse protest season than last summer here when all the George Floyd protests happened with it happened up and down the 3rd precinct and over by Lake Street in Minneapolis that you guys all remember from last year. Everything was on kind of like this potential second wave of protests when the trial was going on. So I live in Bloomington, which is just south of Minneapolis, and I live near quite a few bigger hotels because Bloomington is where like the airport is and where the Mall of America is and all that stuff. So it's the bigger of the suburbs of Minneapolis. Anyway, about 3-minute drive from where I live, there were there was a total of 2,000 National Guard troops that were posted all around Minneapolis when the trial was going on. I don't know how many were posted at this hotel, but they had a couple of dozen Humvees. They had a dozen MRAP trucks. They had multiple other vehicles all stationed at this hotel, just literally right across the highway from where I live. I would drive by there on a regular basis and scream at those guys. I went over there a few different times, took photos and videos. I posted a bunch of stuff, called like the National Guard Public Affairs office asking like, what the hell is this shit in my neighborhood? Why do we have MRAP vehicles, a dozen of them that are like, these are for battle. This isn't for like, a protest in a city. Those are war machines, right? And you can mount 50 caliber weapons on those. You can mount 50 caliber weapons on Humvees, but the MRAPs are designed to take fire, and I never got like a straight answer. And so when the Dante Wright murder happened, as you guys probably remember, that happened in Brooklyn Park, which is just about 20 minutes up the road from where I live. So I went to those protests as well. And there were signs that were made by the protesters. So there was an operation called Operation, God, what was it called now? I'm going to have to look it up. But it was implemented by the state governor, Tim Walz. And that's where this whole thing with the National Guard troops being stationed around Minneapolis was implemented, was this operation that they had started So the protesters at the Dante Wright protests had made signs with that Operation logo with the anti-symbol, the red circle with the line through it. And I was like, everyone's on awareness of what is going on here. So if you don't know anything about our current governor here in Minnesota, he is a former National Guard member. His record is pretty remarkable in the sense that he missed out on 2 Iraq deployments to go in favor to do train up to get more rank and more more pay, essentially, right, as you get more rank. So he opted out of 2 trips to Iraq, which I'm an anti-war guy, so I don't have a problem with that. The problem I have is that since he's been governor, he keeps sending our National Guard to the Middle East. As you probably well know, the state governor is the commander-in-chief of the National Guard of their state. So it's his orders that are sending our troops to the Middle East. And he's, implementing these operations where potentially he could murder his own citizens with these war vehicles.
Yeah, that sounds about right. And real quick, just to lighten up the mood a bit, I have a picture of Magnus on a scooter.
Please
There it
lighten
is.
it up, please.
The most dangerous man in America. Oh boy.
Let's see.
Scoot, scoot.
Yep.
Bro.
Oh, that
Shout
is
out to
beautiful.
Emma too for
Look at him.
amazing photojournalism.
So,
You guys can buy prints of that, so I highly encourage you guys to do
yes.
Yeah, please
Look.
support Emma. She's the best.
that. Shout out to Emmy, dude. She's hella cool.
And I was on the other side of that truck, not getting my picture taken.
Oh, I can pull the website back up and show the pictures
I
of
know,
you,
I know,
Steve.
because I speak at them, but for the most part, I managed to avoid getting my picture taken. But aside from the fact where I organize the events and do the promotion for them and then speak at them, managed to get out of having my picture taken at them.
She's got some solid shots of you doing the speaking with the bullhorn and everything.
I hate that fucking bullhorn, man. God, I hate that bullhorn.
I love
People
that
would never guess
bullhorn.
that.
What do you mean? Everyone can hear you when you get the bullhorn on, man.
Bro, I know.
You got the nice little DC echo, so you know they all can hear you when you open up your mouth and say, "And you sorry asses in the Department of Justice, you're cons! Fuck you!" Yep, that was. Yeah.
Hey guys, I did feel like I kind of dropped the ball a little bit when I was out in DC with you guys. I said I was going to come out to California for that other Assange event. So when I was with you guys, because I think I got there on a Wednesday, that Monday and Tuesday or Sunday, Monday, I was throwing up really bad, and then when I was in DC, I was fine. And then when I came back home, I started throwing up again. Turned out I had gallstones, and I had to have surgery, but it was delayed surgery, like 2 months out. So I was sitting with gallstones for 2 months. Then I had to have the surgery 2 months later, and then I had to recover. So I was out of commission for a bit there.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Hey.
don't even worry about that. I'm glad you're good enough to call in, and I hope your recovery went
I'm good
speedy
now.
and well.
I'm good now.
Yeah, no,
but
I'm
I
more
am
glad
gonna
to hear
be
that
at
than
the
to have you
event.
show up incredibly sick to one of our actions.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that was
Even
the
though
best.
that's something I would do to show up sick to an action, but no, it's good that you took care of yourself.
Yeah, but I will be at the event on the 21st, the home run for Julian in Minneapolis is on the 21st, but Emma is actually going to be out of town. So I don't know. Is there anything you guys are looking for footage-wise, or anything that I could try to pretend to make up for what we lose with Emma?
No, I mean, do whatever you want to, and post it, and we'll go from there. But
yeah, and feel free to DM it to me as well to Boosh, just because shadow banned.
Yeah.
Not shadow banned as in shadow banned prep.
Email me.
Shadow banned as in all Assange trends get shadow banned. So.
Oh, dude, it's so brutal. Yeah. And depending on where Emma is, the tour after Minneapolis on the 21st, it's Denver on the 23rd, Portland on the 24th, San Francisco 26th and 7th, LA 28th and 29th, and then back in DC for the last stop on July 1st.
I think she has all the dates, because I think Emma was part of the scheduling for some of this stuff. I don't know how in depth she got with that, but yeah, I don't even know. I think she's got some kind of something going on with her kids that day or weekend or week or whatever it is. But yeah, and so how is this going to be? I'm assuming this is going to be vastly different than the one out in Deceit, right?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that they're going to have. Actually, I don't know how Minneapolis is going to do it, but in most of the events, it's more like a panel type thing, or where there's a podium and then a series of speakers. Sometimes they'll be showing a film or something. Most of these events, I'm pretty sure, are all more like sit down, gather, less rally, more like intimate.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Maybe formal is the word I'm going for. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not thrown together by a bunch of fucking street hooligans.
Oh, come on.
We're adorable street urchins. We are.
One of the Union of the Unwanted and then his cronies. Something like that.
All right, we're
Steve, speaking of the Union of the Wanted, I was able to catch Sam Tripoli when he came through town here. He was great.
Oh, nice. And I've always heard that Minneapolis is a great place to play if you're a comic.
Debatable, but I'll take.
Yeah, I swear to God, dude, I've always heard that fucking Minneapolis kills for both comedy and live music.
Well, see, I lived in Austin for a bit, and so that's a challenging statement when I hear that.
I'm not saying the best. I'm just saying a good spot for it.
Right. Yeah. No, you can do worse, much worse, for sure.
Friendlier than Chicago rooms is what I've heard. Well, brother, we're gonna get on to the next caller 3, but thank you very much for calling in, man. And I wish I could have gone to the whole West Coast or the whole Midwest leg. Can't make that work, but fucking enjoy the hell out of the Minneapolis event. Please send us whatever you end up shooting. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
More than happy to use. And I'm gonna try and connect with like any photographers and videographers that have gotten stuff throughout this for when I come back and start putting the doc together.
Gotcha.
So I'll definitely be.
Will do.
All right, I'm grabbing the next one. They've been waiting a minute.
All right, bro.
Alrighty.
You are live.
Yellow.
Hello.
Hi, who's this?
Hey, I'll go by the alias of Geo, but thank you for having me on. Just a call, but but anyways, I just want to keep it short. I just wanted to ask a question. But how important do you think the Hegelian dialectic is when it comes to like understanding how the elites work? Because I watch a lot of different shows and they don't really talk too much about it.
No, they don't.
So, my default for all of this is it doesn't matter what we believe or if we believe what they believe. It matters if they believe what they believe, and if they're guiding their decision-making process by the edict as above, so below, then you have to look at that when you're forming your worldview, or at least your thought process on how the predator class operates. We probably should, like, sometime in July or August, like, just pull back from what we're doing and do a whole ass show where we just concentrate on Hegel and what the Hegelian dialectic is and how it plays out and how it looks when it's being, implemented in real time.
That's fair.
Bro,
Well,
I mean,
guess I mentioned
do.
it.
Go ahead.
I guess I mentioned it because a few shows, like, I don't know if you know Brian from High Impact Flicks. He he just simplifies it with this, like, problem, reaction, solution. It's like, oh wow, that makes so much sense, and, like, how all this kind of works. So.
And I mean, I am pretty sure that we've put it that way before on the show. And it is such I don't want to say simplistic because it's not elegant in its simplicity. The problem, reaction, solution. I mean, we do talk about that fucking all the time. This is true, but it's something that people need to absorb immediately because it happens always. This is exactly what I'm getting at when I tell the story about having John Kiriakou on and asking him why the fucking CIA never changes the script, and he says, well, they aren't as smart as people give them credit for, and they never have any consequences. So if there's no consequences, if you're operating with more or less total immunity and impunity, then every single time you stage the same general problem, get the same general reaction, and implement the same general solution. And I think that repetition and the fact that they haven't faced any consequences, so it's pretty fucking easy to recognize at this point, is what has driven a lot of people in the last several years to kind of wake up a bit. And I don't know if you would agree with that or not, but that's kind of where it's what I like to tell myself at any rate.
Yeah, no, I understand. Well, thank you very much for taking my question. Steve, Glory, Allie, thank you for what you're doing. And hey, you guys have a wonderful night.
Hey, man.
Thanks for
calling. Thanks for calling.
Thank you.
All right, bye.
Take care.
Bye.
Shadow Band Refugee, thank you for the super, Ray. It's more than a little grossed out by the story. I don't even know. Oh, maybe the vote story? I don't know. Go ahead, Josh. Rachel, thank you. Howdy.
Thank you.
Did Josh, like, step away? Was it just fucking Reagan?
Sorry, we can't
That'd be
take a
pretty
call
funny.
right now. I think so.
I was thirsty.
That's okay. You're allowed to drink. Drink up.
You're live.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's this?
My name is Jaime, and Steve knows me because I work at Rockfin, and I have a question for
Right on.
him.
Oh,
How's it going, man? Thanks for calling in.
Okay. So my question is, so I have one question, and then, so my question is, I always wonder how come there's not more like whistleblowers within these, organizations like the CIA or the FBI? Why aren't more people like, there has to be people that oppose this. So my question is like, how come some people that just don't come out and say, I'm quitting the FBI and I'm whistleblowing everything that's going on?
I think it's part of it is a case of the lack of protections for whistleblowers in terms of you would need a full legal team to be able to deal with whatever targeting that's going to come out you, because undoubtedly anytime you whistleblow against an organization like the FBI or CIA, you're going to be targeted and your career is probably going to be ruined. So not only would you want a solid legal team to, make sure you're not ending up in prison for espionage now, but I guess it's also a case of you just want a sense of security as well. I don't know, but the extra protections definitely.
So we've been fortunate enough to talk to a number of whistleblowers, and one of the things that I do ask them is like, what was the process like? What put you to the point to where you had to, you felt compelled? And for a lot of people, they feel like, at least for example, Bill Binney, who was an NSA whistleblower in retirement, he'd already fulfilled, like, there's still things that he won't go on record to talk about. He blew the whistle on the track trace database program because he wrote one that didn't infringe on Americans' emails and privacy. He was perfectly comfortable with infringing on everybody else's privacy. So I'm not trying to paint him like a saint here. Dude worked for the NSA and was doing his job at the NSA, but his patriotism compelled him to want to protect his countrymen and not give a fuck about anybody else. So that's the lens that he viewed it from, and that's what he blew the whistle on. But he still has hope that the agency, and I mean, this is what it comes down to. The agency that he dedicated his life to, where his legacy resides for the people who give a fuck about something like that, where, that was his work, his heart, that's where it went. And it went to an ideal of service to a country, not the reality of what that service to a country was. If that makes any sense. He's trying to protect the investment that he gave the country, because to recognize what the reality of it is too great of a loss to bear. And I think that is what prevents a lot of people doing it. Glory's absolutely right about the other thing. Joshua Schultz right now is a gentleman who's sitting in prison, who has been under special administrative measures, legalized torture for nearly 1,000 days. He hasn't even been charged with anything yet. He's just the assumed Vault 7 whistleblower. They don't even know if it was him or not. And he's been legally tortured for the better part of 3 years while they wait to find out. So as a deterrent, that's huge.
Yeah, makes sense. Awesome. All right.
I appreciate the hell out of the fact that you're listening in while you're hanging out and checking out the show, man. That just tickles the hell out of me.
Yeah, I actually do watch Rockfin. I love the people that we have, and I appreciate all the work you guys do, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, no, thanks for being a fair platform. They're hard to find.
Yeah, and if you guys are watching right now and you're not aware, Jaime is basically Mr. Rockfin. His legal last name is not Rockfin. This isn't a Kim.com situation. But Jaime is one of the reasons that this platform exists. We're pretty stoked to be here. Absolutely. And I love the fact that there's comedy here now. I love that my friend Sam is, fortunate enough to help develop that arm of Rockfin. Chrissy Marr is here now.
He's doing a great job. Chrissy Mayer just joined. Tony Hinchcliffe is joining next week. And there's a whole slew of comedians coming because of Sam.
Hinchcliffe on this platform is huge.
That's cool.
That's a good get for everybody. I would love to see.
And as you know, Steve, as you know, as you know, Steve, one of the distinguishes properties of Rockfin is that the more creators, the stronger the platform, everybody benefits. So it's not like, it's not a zero-sum game where you lose if other people come. No, everybody wins because the platform gets stronger and you benefit and everybody else benefits from that.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
What I dig about.
All right, man. I'll let other listeners call in. I'm gonna hang up, but thank you so much.
Thanks for calling in. That was so cool.
Have a good night, brother.
All right. All right. See ya.
Much love. Peace.
I got a lull for a minute.
Okay. We'll take the lull.
That was fucking dope. Oh,
that was a quick lull.
The short lull.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Who's this?
Hello.
Hello.
Hey, what it do? So, oh, this is at Tenderlungs, by the way. That's what I go by. But I hear you guys be talking sometimes about how all these channels be doing the same thing all the time. I notice you guys do the same thing too, and I'm not tripping on that. Everyone got their own lane. It's whatever. But say like you guys are always on the Free Julian, which is cool. Like I'm down with that and whatever. But it ain't never gonna work because all you guys talk about is like Julian or these whistleblowers when there's people locked up every day for no reason. There's people being tortured every day.
That's true. What would you? I'm just curious. What would you want to see more of? I'm genuine because, like, feedback.
Well, I mean, you guys. I would like to see. What would you like? I would like to see you guys look into, like, how come all these homeless people being locked up all the time? How come people still getting locked up for dirty UAs? I did more time locked up for dirty UAs than I did for any crime.
Yeah.
So how come that kind of stuff is going on? And hey, listen, that guy called a little while ago talk about these M-rats or whatever in his neighborhood. Those have been in the hood since the 80s. So I hear you guys talking this stuff, and I'm like, man, like people from the hood like me, like I should be down with all that cause and everything. But I'm not, because all you guys talk about is him, not no regular people. No, it's regular people that suffer. And there's 1,000 times more regular people locked up right now in America for no reason than any Stephen Donzingers or Chelsea Mannings or like any of these people. So how do you expect people to show up to these protests when you only talk about these select people that's locked up doing time for no reason because they're credentialed and they got money, they're lawyers, they're this and that? How many drug addicts locked up for no reason right now?
I think when you feel really, especially, I'm speaking for both of them actually, but real quick, because I'm a little new here. I think that when you feel real passionate about something and you're as active, as the two of them have been in this, I think maybe it's hard to think that you would talk about sometimes take a step back and talk about other ways or bring in other people to that movement aside from what they're
that's
doing.
What I'm trying to say. You guys got to broaden what you talk about. When you only talk about these whistleblowers and Assange or whatever, instead of talking about the regular people that's locked up too, how do you think regular people's going to show up at your protest?
Well,
because we don't feel like you're fighting for us. You're only fighting for these certain people that have these credentials. You know what? I was locked up by a crooked judge. He gave me 7 years in the county jail for misdemeanors. My public defender wouldn't answer my calls, wouldn't come visit me, wouldn't do nothing. I fought and won my own appeal. Ain't no one protest for me. Ain't no one put no money on my books. I didn't get a visit. I didn't get a phone call. So that's what I'm saying. I fuck with y'all. So even though I'm passionate, this is just something I'm passionate about. But really, I fuck with y'all for the most part. And that's why I say I'm not tripping that you guys do your own thing and you guys are in your lane. You guys mostly focus on Great Reset and COVID-19 and Julian Assange for the most part. And I'm fine with that. But at the same time, you shouldn't be talking about Jimmy Dore be talking about so-and-so too much. You need to move on to this and that. Well, no, because y'all ain't moving on either. And, you got to expand your own movement before you try telling someone else they need to expand and do something else when you're not even expanding what you're talking about.
Because I should be down. I should be wanting to go in the streets and protest for Julian, but I don't want to. Because ain't no one ever protested for me in my whole life. Not one time. And there's thousands of people like me in America.
I think that's
hundreds of thousands.
So,
yeah, you're not wrong.
I know that because I've spent not an insignificant amount of time locked up.
I've been in years. I've been locked up years.
I've been locked up on Christmas. I've been locked up with no money on my books. I
missed all kinds of birthdays. I missed probably 10 birthdays.
Yeah, dude, it fucking blows. And I know. I do. I know.
But I'm not tripping for me. I'm past that. I'm tripping for other people still locked up suffering right now. Fuck me. Fuck me. I ain't tripping on me. I'm tripping on these other people still suffering.
And I hear you, and I'm trying to talk to you, but I can't.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, I get worked up.
It's okay.
So I have not been,
because I've been wanting to call in for a few weeks about this. That's why I'm more extra worked up, But like I said, I'm fucking y'all for the most part,
That's what the show's here for. That's why we're doing this. And I agree with you. I am. I'm going to push back a little bit, but I mostly agree with you. So while I'm pushing back a little bit, like, understand that first and foremost, I pretty much agree with every single thing that you're saying and you said. So I've always said that we're approaching media from a place of activism, that the activism is for a free press and freedom of speech, and currently, hopefully, to save the life of a journalist and publisher that allowed us to understand a fuck ton about the world that we live in. I've also said that I want to not pull back from that, but broaden that scope into other political prisoners, prison abolition, and a number of other things that kind of revolve around the carceral state.
Because our court system is probably more corrupt than you could even imagine.
Bro, I
we know, trust.
But you have an experience too. It sounds like real.
Well, no, the judge. Okay, the judge that sentenced me to 7 years for misdemeanors. That I don't even get to go to prison for that. I have to sit in the county jail doing a 7-year sentence, right? But check it out. On my court paperwork, because I've been in and out of jail since I was a kid. I was in and out since I was probably 13 till I was 26, 27. So this judge has known me since I was a kid. So it wasn't just me. Hundreds of people he did this to. Hundreds of people. He would write NTG on the bottom of our court paperwork. So if he wasn't there, the pro tem judge would know that means nail that guy. That means give them the max sentence, give them no bail, give them the most bail. And he did this to hundreds of people. Hundreds of people. And he got reprimanded, and eventually the city fired him, but you can't fire a judge. So they couldn't even fire him. They just had to, keep bringing in pro tems, but they quit letting him be on the bench because he's costing them millions in lawsuits and locking people up every year. And then check this out. He would refer everyone, because this is another scam that people don't know about. Drug treatment is just a big hustle for rich people to make money. That's all drug treatment is. It don't work. You need mental health counseling if you're going to get off drugs. Drug treatment ain't going to do shit. But this guy, his wife, had money in Sundown Ranch, which is a drug treatment center in Eastern Washington, and he's sending everyone to drug treatment, and he's got to sit in jail.
Mm-hmm.
And that's just one judge. That's one judge.
One judge, yeah.
In one city, in one state. Dude, so that's what I mean. If you guys would broaden it out, broaden out the Free Assange movement to no, this whole system is fucked up, and bring up Assange and everyone else, but bring up random people no one ever heard of before. It ain't that hard. All you gotta do is go to the jail website, and you can see everyone what their charge is and what they're in jail for, and you can find bullshit charged on people real quick. It ain't hard.
No, you're right.
But
I'm on board with that.
That's all I'm saying. Because I fuck with you guys for the most part. But that's the only thing that be getting on my nerves, because it's been this Free Assange shit for 2 years, but I ain't seen no one be trying to broaden the movement into fuck these laws. That there's a reason why there's all them people at Black Lives Matters and then 20 people at Assange protests. There's a reason. Because a lot more people is affected. Like Assange, people don't think of that affecting them. They think of that's only affecting him. That's not affecting no one else's life. But if you tie it to someone's cousin or their dad or their uncle or whoever that's being locked up by these fucked up laws, you're going to get more people to come out and protest. I don't see how you wouldn't. You know, you just got to make it more relatable to more people.
I actually hear you, and you know, I've been quiet because like this is I agree with you for like 98% of the part. And the first thing I said when I came on this show for a mod panel was, please guys, if you can, show up to a Black Lives Matter or anti-police or abolitionist action and stand in solidarity with them, because that's how you broaden the scope of the movement and get them to come to our actions. Now,
all day, for sure, all day.
It's something that I really want to try to do, because I hear what you're saying, but just know.
Well, it's because there's no like organizations like looking into how police are affecting the masses. Like no one's even looking into that. They only look into it if it's someone famous enough or has enough notoriety that we all need to be upset they're locked up. When it's just a regular person having their rights violated, like no, it happens every day, all day. I had to plead guilty to stealing a pack of cigarettes I never stole before, or else sit in jail because I can't bail out. I'm poor. I mean that shit happens every day.
To this day, go and volunteer for Food Not Bombs. To this day, like, and I haven't had him on this show for a minute, but I've been on a couple of shows with the dude who founded Food Not Bombs. Specifically to talk about how fucked up the city of Santa Cruz has been treating the poor and the homeless here. You know,
that's good. I wish you guys would talk about on that show a lot more. You know, like talk about that stuff on the show too, like mix it up a little bit too.
Yeah, we do. Like I mean,
I've only been watching too. I've only been watching you guys for a few months, so maybe you do a lot more than I've even seen. I'm sure I can
the show's
say that you
almost
don't.
3 years old, man, and yeah, dude, we've been hitting some shit pretty hard right now, because I don't feel like that there's a legitimate political solution to these.
Me neither. I'm with you. Me neither. I don't think there is either. It's action only. You know, I'm with you.
The whole reason I got involved in activism in the first place is because my best friend's mom took both of us to a fucking Free Mumia protest in '92 in Indianapolis. And that's how I got educated on the fucking prison system that we have. That's how I know about the carceral state, is because I was fucking with the Free Mumia crew in Indy, like when I was a kid.
Well, I mean, that's how they killed the civil rights movement. To me, is they locked up all Mumia's kids, like all the next generation.
When we go do the and I know you sick of hearing about Julian Assange, but when we go do the event in San Francisco and Oakland, the people that we're working with for this are all out of the prison abolition community and the Free Mumia community. I was on a call the other day. This is fucking cool, actually. With Boots Riley's dad. Like, I got to meet Boots Riley's dad.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah, Boots is legit.
Yeah, and so hopefully, like, he'll be getting involved with this thing, because we've actually gone and done events and actions up at the Port of Oakland. Whenever Boots has put something out like, hey, these motherfuckers are getting down up here, they could use a hand. We ran up to go to Oakland to give a hand. Like, I live close enough to where I can do that. And so when I can get up there to do that, I get up there to do that.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah.
That's why I said I fuck with you guys, because you guys are doing good work. You know, and you guys are out there. Like, you know, you guys be at all the protests. Like, you guys is out there. But I'm just saying it's pointless to me even doing the protest until you broaden it, because there's only 50 people showing up. You seen the Black Lives Matter protest, how many people was there, and they still didn't do nothing. You know, the protests in the 90s, the Rodney King riots, like, those was way worse. But I'm saying, like, the Rodney King riots was way worse than last summer, and that didn't change nothing either.
Yeah.
You know, like, it has to, I mean, I don't know how we're going to change nothing, but I'm just like, I just think at least that's the only thing to try, or else, you know, we're just like saying, okay, it's going to be blood and violence, you know, like, because nothing we're trying is working, and that's what it's leading to, because ain't no one getting out there, so eventually enough people's going to be suffering that it's just going to snap. And it ain't going to be people going in the streets until they're in the streets destroying some shit. Just like any, like, real riot. That was not a real riot this summer. None of those was riots. I remember the 90s riots, and that's not even the 60s riots. I bet if I would have seen the 60s riots, I would have said the 90s riots wasn't shit.
Right.
You know? So, I mean, it's getting weaker and weaker. Everyone's getting pussy and pussy. Everyone's bigger and bigger pussies every year.
Yeah.
Everyone's more and more scared to go to jail or anything. I've been to jail hella times. Motherfuckers are scared to jail. You know, no, jail ain't shit. The only people scared of jail are people that ain't suffered. You ain't suffered enough. You scared of jail. You scared of the police whooping your ass or anything. No, I ain't scared of none of that shit. If you are, that's because you ain't suffered. You're just proving that your life has been easy. Because you scared of fucking sissy shit. You know, like, that's all I see. Americans are soft as fuck. I mean, I'm from the hard rock era. I'm an 80s baby. I'm a hard rock. And it's a bunch of pussies everywhere I look. And that's why nothing changes.
You run out of patience to deal with the pussyfooting. That's what it is.
What's that?
Hey, man. Hey, and I want you to know that, like, I'm 100% with you. And there's a lot of shit that we do that gets done off camera.
Oh, I'm sure. No, I could tell just from your vibe, man. I could tell you're solid from your vibe, you know.
I agree.
So no, I believe you.
To broaden the scope of this, and I'm always interested in fucking hearing ways that we can grow our own community, because we're all we fucking got. So,
well, I'd be wondering how come no one has started no bail funds, like you know, like for people in the hood, and like. You know, because they like Chris Hedges and them be going and teaching law school in the prisons. How come no one starts no fund to hire lawyers to go teach prisoners law?
And I'm pretty sure that with a fucking, like, a good think up, I could probably add a bunch of mutual aid networks and fucking bail assistance websites to our own webpage. If I get
I mean something on a massive scale, you know. So I think the only way that we're going to be able to change the system is by radical things. You know, like I said, like, you know, pay lawyers to go in and teach people in prison law so they can fight their own cases, fight their own appeals. Yeah. And a lot of those people's going to be dirtbags, but some of those people's going to get out and they're going to be mad as fuck at the state, and they're just going to want to fight the system. And that's people with lawyers. They got law degrees now. You know, they done won their appeal. They've been locked up for 10 years. They hate everything about the country, and they just want to go and fight all these laws and get some justice. But, you know, like, that's a long-term strategy. They should have started something like that in the 80s. You know, a long time ago. But that's why they made the school-to-prison pipeline. That's what I think, because they locked up all the descendants of the civil rights activists. They're all in prison now, or dead, or whatever. You know, and they continue it today. And that's why school, like, they teach you less and less. They have dumber and dumber people, because if you're stupid and you don't know how to critically think, you're easily controlled. That's why they wouldn't let slaves learn how to read and write, because we got to control these motherfuckers. If they can read and write and learn some shit, they're harder to control. So that's why school is dumber and dumber. They teach all kind of fake shit in school. You know, to keep us dumb, we're easy to control. We got PlayStation 5s and Kardashians and VR sets and all this bullshit. So, like, life, what's going on, we don't even think about it because we're fucking distracted. We got these cell phones. You can do all kind of shit. That's just a cell phone. Homeless people got cell phones. Right. You know, that's why homeless people ain't burned no shit down yet. Don't let no homeless people get no cell phones and see how quick some shit gets burnt down. You know, because it's just distraction to keep you from realizing what's going on.
I wrote your suggestions, honestly. I hope you call back next week. This was good.
Yeah, so here's what
I mean, I only called it because this has been on my mind for a few weeks, you know, and I don't like sitting on hold and all that kind of bullshit, but, you know, I just want you guys to know, you can tell I ain't coming from no fucked up place. I ain't no kind of trolls. Like, no, I'm being sincere.
No, I know.
I know.
Here's what I would like you to do, because we do got to get to the next call, so whatever platform.
Yeah, for sure. It's good talking to you guys, and I just hope you take what I said to mind.
Are you watching this on
Yeah,
YouTube?
all right, yeah. I'll be watching you guys, and I'll stay up and try to call back next week and whatnot.
Let me let you. I want to give you my email address, and I want to follow up and like get you on again and talk to you about this again.
Oh, I love to talk to you about this shit. I love to talk about this shit. So, I mean, I could just.
So I'm gonna throw my email address in like.
I was gonna say I'm Tenderloins 206. Like I'm in the Discord and everything too. Like I don't know if you just hit me up in there or what.
What's
okay, well, yeah. Hit me up on Discord and we'll follow up on this.
Yeah. Sounds good, man. It's good talking to you guys.
I'm happy you called. Take care.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have a good night. All right.
You too.
All right.
Take care.
All right.
Hello.
Oh, we got
how's it going, guys? What's up, Scoop
Hey.
Gang?
What's going on?
Hello.
Brandon from the 4. It's Brandon from the 401.
What's happening, man? How you
401.
Hey, how you guys doing again? Yeah, I
Good,
called
how are
out
you?
episode
What's
0 or
going
whatever,
on in
but
your
I wanted
world?
to talk to you guys about I came up with like a little simple solution to get people maybe even just thinking around my town and stuff like that. I drive pizza delivery, easy job, whatever. I love it. But I basically found this company online that creates custom bumper magnets. And on a couple of bumper magnets, I decided to put a couple different phrases. One of them was "Government always lies," "Transhumanism is real," and "CIA are Nazis."
I like the way you roll, man.
Yep. And one of the other ones, the Glory, you'll like this one. Deep sea mining will kill the ocean. Yay! Seeing as I'm over here in the ocean state, kind of fucking matters.
Yeah, that is spot on. Thank you.
I don't know. Like, if anybody has that idea, it really wasn't that expensive. It was like $30 for like 4 of them. I mean, it's an eighth of weed, man.
Fuck yeah. I bet. Cool. Misty had a lot of success with her billboard fundraiser. If it's only like $30 for some magnets, I bet we could get a group of volunteers for their vehicle space and run a fundraiser for a whole fucking fleet of magnets.
Hell yeah, dude, the Dongcopters, man.
Dongcopter. Did you see? I don't know if you've been following the Dongcopter saga, but Dongcopter got a little bit triggered by last podcast on the left. Apparently, Dongcopter got a shout out on the show. It was one of the few shows that covered Dongcopter, but because of the it was apparently a misogynistic and ageist joke that the people that run the Dongcopter Twitter account took issue with. And so they linked to the episode where they got the shout out, but then had like a 4-post thread about how they weren't actually shouting out the show. They were now going to talk about what they had a problem with and why it's not okay to use ageist and misogynistic language when you're telling a fucking like
people caring too much. I mean,
talking about a drone with a fucking dildo on it, for God's sakes. How you gonna like pretty that up?
You illegally fly a drone with a pretty good sized rubber dick attached to it, and you're gonna take issue with it? Come on,
people are too sensitive, man. We're just at this weird place where we're too fucking sensitive.
I mean, based on the size of that Dongcopter, there's a couple of areas that aren't that sensitive anymore, and they should just go ahead and have a fucking sense of humor about it.
I wanted to talk about a couple other things too, real quick, if you guys don't care.
Absolutely.
So I was telling y'all last time I called in, I got the black-pilled grandma, and the other day she looked at me and she kind of was like, she was looking at me, talking to me about how she thinks that the Fourth Reich is alive and well, and that the Fourth Reich has decided to infiltrate not only just NASA, CIA, DARPA, but also Zionism. Just Zionism in and of itself is now basically the Nazis hiding behind it. And this came from her mouth. I thought it was fucking great and brilliant.
Yeah, fuck you, Zio-Nazis.
Hey.
Yep, so the Zionists are the real fucking Nazis out here, along with the CIA and DARPA.
I mean, your grandma's really not that wrong.
That's what I'm saying. That's why I was kind of like.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like she kind of hit me with that. Like I understood a lot of the stuff, but just putting the two and two together.
A lot farther along than my grandma's.
Fuck, dude. Your grandma's kick ass.
Yeah, she can call in anytime.
My grandma is kick ass. I give her that. It just
Sounds
sucks
like
because like I've been able to communicate with her, but like this COVID bullshit has like torn apart my own family. Like my birthday was last week, and my mom and my sisters didn't even fucking call me or anything. Like first time ever. And
my brother and I were talking about that.
I've been trying to like wake them up to that.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been wrecking hell on me mentally, but hey,
I'm sorry.
You get through with a little weed.
But that's tough. That's tough.
I bet there's more people out there going through similar shit with like that.
Oh
like,
yeah.
They're going through half their family fucking hates them, and half their family understands everything they're saying.
Like with the political climate, and then top that with
the
COVID.
manufacturing of hate too. Not only the manufacturing of confusion, but also the manufacturing of hate.
My brother and I were just talking about this, honestly.
Well, this is the thing about confusion, and yes, Gloria, I'm actually going to write the fucking book.
Okay.
Before we get any further, but this is when you've got somebody perpetually confused, then the first two emotions that you get from that are like fear, panic, or anger. Fear and panic or anger. And so, yeah, people hate each other. Yeah, the fucking hate is intentional. Yes, there's like specific buttons you can push. And we've had, we know for years now that there's a fucking, there's a way for people to pilot and manipulate your personal newsfeed. And the general fucking search algorithms and search suggestions and shit like that, and individual people can be directed to believe a certain way now, like even easier than before. The propaganda in general, and this is something that like we kind of touched on with the last caller in terms of like, you know, we didn't really get to go all the way into like why all of this shit happens, but propaganda overwhelmingly is why there's a disconnect between the regular prison abolition community and the free Assange community. This is shit that we've been talking about like behind the scenes for fucking years now.
And I think you can be on both sides of that. You can definitely be like focused on both issues. Like the other thing I was going to say to the previous caller is you also have to be your own hero. You also have to make issues known yourself. You know what I mean? You can't rely upon you guys to do all the fucking work.
Well, I wanted to big up Kevin Gostola too, because Shadowproof does do wonderful fucking work on just the general fucking jail and prison scene and how fucking ridiculous court operates and how and I want to say that I've seen a couple of pretty good shows where they've actually gone into the racket that like piss testing people who are on probation is and what the recidivism rate is and all of like it's like and honestly, dude, there's people that are way more qualified than me to put that out. You know, like the reason that I'm the quote unquote like expert in the Assange world now is because that was the focus of my activism. It is, you know, currently is the focus of my activism.
Well, yeah, I think also we need to realize that you guys all have your own lanes. You know what I mean? You all have your own lanes, and those of you who matter point to the others. You know what I mean? Like you just shouted out Kevin Gostola on that. So like,
think,
it's
yeah.
up to the
And here's
viewers to
like, I'm not
listen,
trying to
though.
make
If they're
Frustrated.
really
for the
passionate
show
about
or
a
anything,
topic,
but I'm
to
about
go
to make
look
some
at that
excuses for
topic.
the show because 7 months ago we started talking about, you know, pulling back a little bit and widening the scope in the activism as far as like who we're focusing on and what we're focusing on. And back in November, maybe October, is when we started talking about it. We just haven't had the opportunity to bring it all out to life yet. Maybe it just takes
Yeah,
starting
that takes time.
But yeah,
That's
I
all
mean,
it
it's
is.
not like it's
Yeah,
something
well,
that's been slept on. Is at least the point that I want to get across. Like, yeah, I did. I agreed with basically everything that dude said, except for the fact that where we don't do stuff like that because we do stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean,
I've had my own.
Yeah, we've been
I've had
like
my own
trying to
run-ins
find
with the
ways
cops.
to like I don't know. We've been trying to find ways to like broaden the scope, like Steve said, since at least November. Like, because we understand that if you have Assange directly in your title and stuff, a lot of times people aren't going to pay attention to it, just straight up.
Yeah,
So
yeah, but like we've legit been in meetings and bought a domain and shit
So
like that.
We're
Started
definitely
building
aware of that problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, and my thing, I just want to throw in there, I've had my own incidents with the cops, and so was Black Pill's grandma there. That was actually one of the things that actually really did Black Pill her, because she came from a family who had police in it. But so she had always had this positive view on the cops, and I had been telling her ever since was living out in Indiana when I was a teenager, that basically, no, the cops are not on your fucking side. And then we had an incident where I had a buddy staying with me. He had like an ounce of weed, and the cops here in Rhode Island decided they were going to fucking raid our house over a fucking ounce of weed. And they put a shotgun in my grandmother's face. Didn't have the warrant on hand. And like, she was so naive, she didn't ask for anything. You know what I mean? She was just scared shitless. But the fact that the cops around here would even put a fucking gun in an elderly, and it wasn't a shotgun, it was actually an AR-15, but put a gun in an elderly woman's face over an ounce of weed, like, these are still problems that we're having. Like, this was only like 3 or 4 years ago, but like everywhere.
Yeah, they're
country.
pigs.
We got to really start.
Dude, I got pulled over for driving while poor in Saratoga, California. It's an incredibly wealthy town, and the only reason I was in it is because the freeway was a parking lot. So I was trying to cut through. Still, like, they manufactured that I had a tail light out because I was driving a piece of shit Pontiac Grand Am through town, and it, you know, I very clearly was not somebody's gardener because I didn't have my truck with lumber racks. I had a fucking Grand Am. So I'm on my way to the Santa Cruz Veterans Collective to drop off a couple of pounds of outdoor, and I get over by a fucking trading officer. All of the sudden there are 6 cars, 9 cops, guns out, and just because I'm me. There's a couple of things that pop up when you run my name, apparently, and so you need to call more people, and they all need to pull their guns out right away. I don't have a history of anything violent on my record. Not a violent person, largely.
Me neither. I mean, like,
and every fucking time, dude, it's extra cops, guns out, you're fucking down on the fucking pavement, like extra hard knee in the back. Cuffed like on site and thrown in the back of the car while they go figure out.
Yeah. I mean, at least once you get older, there's like, they at least have the courtesy to manufacture a reason. When me and my sister were little, they would do that shit just to scare us. Like, just like circle the random light-skinned kids on the block, or fucking like post up outside of their house on their way to pick up donuts and coffee for no reason other than to scare us. And, you know, we were kids at this time.
Yeah.
So
yeah, let's go traumatize some minors today.
Yeah, no.
Well, yeah, as a minor,
and they still do it to this day
too,
too,
which was beautiful. I got to traumatize this police officer I got called to my house for some like behavioral issues. Like it was basically, I don't know. I was a kid and I had some behavioral issues when I was a kid, but at one point I just ended up basically doing a Superman punch off the fucking stairs right at the cop's nuts and running away, and like as he was talking to me. So I don't know, maybe that streak of anti-authority's been in me since like day one.
I fully endorse that. I don't even care that we're on YouTube. I fully endorse that.
All right, we're about at 15 minutes.
We endorse punching cops in the nuts when you're a child. Okay.
Right.
Oh yes.
Right.
Yes.
They don't do that shit before you can go to juvie. All right, brother. Sleepy Josh is telling me that it's been time and we need to move on.
All right, guys. It was good talking.
Thanks for calling in.
I'll catch you guys
Enjoy
around.
the rest of your weekend, man. The rest of your night. Take care.
All right, we'll see if this one tries to get back in.
Okay. There were a couple of Super Rays that came in here. Rachel, yeah. Gaina Fauci, thank you very much. How about getting Dean Henderson on Slow News Day? His big picture stuff is great. Hits on the world we live in today.
All right.
Go ahead.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
Am I online?
Oh.
Yeah. Well, hi, I'm Navigator. I'm the weird old lady there on your feed. And I'm calling in about that guy from the 80s. Well, I'm a senior, and yeah, we didn't have all that stuff that you young people in your 40s, that's what we call young, have now, you know, when you were growing up. Yeah. So, I mean, like for now, you know, I started helping Assange, say maybe 10 years ago, maybe a little bit before then. And lately, I've got cars outside my house. You know, I'm not complaining to anybody. Yeah, Steve knows who I am. Or, you know, he's heard me whine before. You know, I've got loud music playing and shit happening, you know, my windows rattling and stuff, you know, and they talk, and other activists say, well, they can shoot this stuff in your house or whatever. You know, so I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, no way, not me. I'm nobody, you know, but it's happening. You know, I finally went to the police to get all the reports that I've had since 2015. No, not to kid you. And they gave me a hard time. And the last time, a full moon, this stupid guy drove up. I literally chased him down the road. I'm a senior citizen going on like close to 60. Got in my car. I saw him and I was leaving. He pulled up and I said, motherfucker, this is it. You know, I don't have a gun. I might have some mace or other stuff, you know, but that's it. You know, so I went to the police and the cop is telling me, no, I'm not going to go find him. You know, so no, to this guy, yeah, I feel for you. You know, we all can't be on the list, but there are thousands of us trying to help, you know, and we all can't be on a list. You know, most of us are broke. You know, you people on there, you know, you work off whatever we give you, and most of us really can't give you that much. You know, so it's like, no offense, get a grip. You know, I mean, yeah, you know, I mean, I don't want to end up in jail. I've got nobody to help me. You know, I'm single, you know. So, I mean, like, you know, kudos to you all for doing that. You know, you got to know how, you know how to work the social thing, you know, the phones and all that. You know, not like us. But, I mean, you know, we do what we can do.
Yeah, and your perspective matters just as much as anyone that's younger, honestly.
Yeah, you know, I mean, you all were lucky because when I was in school in the 80s, in high school, you know, computers are barely coming in. You know, so when I got out, it's like, oh, now they're giving computers to the people in elementary, and I'm like, fuck them. Why didn't we get that?
Any of that?
You know, they already had it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you know, so
I was in,
you know,
when I was in like second grade, maybe third or fourth grade, that's when we first got computers in my school. Or mid 80s, maybe late 80s. But I was also grew up in central Indiana. We were late to getting the computers in the school. When Steve Wozniak was giving my ex, like, fucking hooking him up with like first generation and prototype Macs and, you know, all that kind of stuff in like the early 90s. We were still operating on, you know, giant clunky. But like, if we were good, we got to go play Oregon Trail.
Oh, I remember that game.
Yeah, well, I
Like
I don't know what that is. I know that.
You have died of dysentery.
Yeah, I got my first computer was with the hard drive. You know, that big tower thing, like in 1999. Or, you know, I was afraid to touch the mouse. Yeah, I was like, what do I do with this thing? You know, but yeah. So no, kudos to you all.
To see a fake picture of Marsha Brady naked. It was dial up.
Just that's how it goes. Yeah, but the other thing I wanted to say was, I heard Steve say he's from Santa Cruz. I was just watching some. Yeah, I like that paranormal stuff. It's haunted there or something. There's like a hotel or motel or something.
It's quite literally about 700 feet.
Miss me with that fucking bullshit.
That hotel is quite literally at the end of my block and on the opposite side of the street.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
So do you
and
this
is what's weird about the Brookdale Lodge. Okay. Huh?
Have you ever seen anything or thought you saw anything?
Yeah, have you?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, fucking freaky. Dude,
Yeah,
place,
no.
No, I played a bunch of music there. I've had a bunch of friends who played a bunch of music there. Gave my friend a roast there.
Oh my God.
Done stand up there, stayed there. The hotel rooms themselves are fucking creepy. But there's like, when you walk through a certain part of the ballroom, the temperature in this one spot drops like 60 fucking degrees, dude. You are ice cold. There's a room where my friend, like, she was on her phone. She uploaded it to Facebook and everything. This was years ago, but like, but she recorded these like 3 little orbs that were just kind of floating around in one of the rooms, and then they went like off over into a corner and
hell no.
Yeah.
Gone. People have seen there's like 4 specific ghosts.
And y'all stayed there?
That sounds fun.
Well, you see, Marilyn Monroe and James Dean apparently have been there.
James Dean mural on the side of the hotel. There's actually been 3. There's the original James Dean. There was a replacement because they didn't like that he was holding a cigarette.
Oh.
And so they replaced it, and it looked like shit. So then they got the original artist to do another one where James Dean's holding a motherfucking cigarette. And James Dean grew up in Fairmount, Indiana, which is like 2.5 towns over from the town that I grew up in. And there used to have a James Dean festival every year that was like classic cars, rockabilly bands, and it was, I mean, just an entire field full of chopped, gorgeous 1930s Mercuries, and like, oh, dude, I mean, it was pretty fucking rad. But yeah, it was weird as hell when I came out here for the first time and drove by the hotel for the first time and saw James Dean on it. I'm like, huh.
Wow.
That's awesome. I want to go.
So I can imagine people on mushrooms and saying, "Oh my God, was that for real or not?"
Right.
Yeah.
I promise you, many mushrooms being consumed at the Brookdale Lodge.
Yeah.
But
okay, no, I think
the Brookdale Lodge. That was a good time when Dick Dale and the fucking and his band would come through. It was the Dick Dale Lodge.
You should film. You should just set up you could make money there and use it how you want to. You could just film, invest in one of those cameras that can see
doing the show live there.
And add it to a stream here or something and say, hey, you into this, or whatever. I mean, might get a little UFO popping in somewhere.
Do it.
Bartender's a buddy of mine.
That'd be cool.
Wow. Well, no, I wouldn't want to live there. It's haunted here. Well, I think it's residual haunting, but there's some other stuff going on. But I hear where you are is like mega. I was like, no, I can't handle this. I don't want to be there.
It's supposed to be one of the most haunted hotels in America.
They just bought it.
I love that
somebody
shit.
just bought it, I read, or something.
Dude, okay, so the previous owner, it's got a new set of owners now. The previous owner basically fucking torched it for the insurance money, but they can't actually prove it. That's not the first fire that this place has had. But he was also, this was the same dude that owned Ghost Ship in Oakland, the warehouse / illegal nightclub that burned and gone and then dipped out.
Pattern.
But it's so like right after that, right when he was going to court over the Ghost Ship fire, the Brookdale Lodge catches on fire. I think he bounced because it sat empty for quite a while. A guy I used to work for, one of our clients was directly behind it, and we were on that forsaken property like for 3 years, and the sat empty the entire time.
Yeah, the new owner doesn't want to change it, was what they were asking him. I saw it on the internet. I don't know. I saw it somewhere on Facebook, and then I clicked the link, or I Googled, or DuckDuckGo is what I use now. The name of that place, and it's the new owner, and he doesn't want to change it. He doesn't want to get anybody in there to move the spirits on or anything. So I was like, wow. Well, you can make money off that, you know. So anyway, next caller.
Totally
I don't want to take your
doing
time
the show there. That'd be cool. At least one night a week.
You know. Well, film some stuff, man. Make some money. You all need money, you know. There's lots of people into that, and if you get something real, you know, they can either say, "Oh, it's real," or debunk it, or whatever, you know, and work it.
Right?
Yeah.
That's good.
All right.
Good idea.
You all have a nice weekend.
You
Thank
too.
you,
We'll talk to you later.
Thank you.
I'm getting used to y'all.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Have a great night.
Bye.
Mayor Mir, thank you very, very much for the Super Ray. Could you please give Julian's dad a hug for me? I will damn sure try.
I did. I got to hug John Shipton.
Okay. Then yeah, since he's a hugger, I will absolutely give him a hug for you.
Oh, I mean, I never know if people are natural huggers, but I'm a natural hugger, as you probably know. So, yeah, I hug people anyways. But I preface it, you know, like when I met Gabriel, I was like, oh, I don't know if you're a hugger, but I'm a hugger, so I'm gonna hug you. And I was like, yay.
That's funny. You did not preface it with me, Glory Jones. You came running at me and nearly tackled me, and it was wonderful.
I didn't tackle you.
I mean, she almost made me piss my pants, so.
I was excited to meet you guys for the first time.
Oh, I just, you came up from behind me. I startled easy.
Oh, yeah, because you were like turned around, and then I saw you, and I was like, is that Tech Ninja?
I was like, oh my God.
And I screamed at Steve too, but he saw me coming because I screamed at him when I was like halfway across a parking lot.
I had like enough time to set my shit down. Brains.
Because like the way it happened was like he was walking out of the hotel with pasta, and I was like waiting in the car, and I'm like, ooh, I'm about to feed my dog. And then I saw him like actually walk out with pasta, and I just like, you know, opened the door, and I was like, yo, it's CEO of Scoop Gang.
Shit, what a frail old man. Going to fucking wreck this fool.
That wasn't my thought.
I hope Brandon's still listening, because I'm legit going to turn Black Pill Granny into like a 3 to 5 minute bit. I am.
Nah, dude, that's like a straight band name, dude.
Black Pill Granny.
Yes, it'd be a great band name.
Oh, getting another call.
Hell yeah.
Hold on, my mouse is being stupid. Hello.
Hello?
Oh,
yo.
Raleigh.
What up, dude? How are you?
Shadow Band Refugee.
What's going on?
What the fuck is up, Holmes?
What's happening, man? Happy Friday. It is good to hear your voice. How you doing?
Happy fucking Friday to you fucking beautiful people in the fucking different areas of the country that I'm not in. How are you guys doing after this lovely week that we've had? Say what?
What?
I missed all that. I'm sorry. I'll shut the fuck up for a minute.
Just want to know how you guys were this week.
Can't complain. You?
I don't answer questions.
I am just. I am just fucking ecstatic. I am covered in paint. I got fucking paint up all in my fucking beard. I'm fucking trying to fucking pick that shit out, and it sucks. You know, painting feelings.
Not on the beard part, but on the hair part.
Yeah, paint hair is not a good time.
If you have to, you put Dr. Bronner's on a freaking comb and then rinse that shit. I swear to God, dude, it's like one of the only things that'll get paint out of your beard. Been there.
Dude, it fucking hurts trying to pull that shit out. Because I painted a fucking ceiling today, and it just fucking all over my face. It was like I was getting the money shot for like 2 fucking hours, dude. It was great.
Yep. Fuck, I hate it. So what, you're rolling the ceiling or something, or?
Yeah. I fucking the last room to be done in the fucking house is my son's room, so I moved through it pretty quickly. Now I'm gonna fucking finish it this weekend, so I can fucking shampoo the carpets and finally move my shit back into the house after a fucking year.
Moving stuff.
Yeah, try and fucking work a fucking overtime job plus do a fucking remodel, because, you know, what's a better time to fucking remodel when the prices for everything are up 300% and shit.
Right. Go get that BlackRock money, son.
Yeah. It's like inflation doesn't exist because modern monetary theory is a thing, right? And fucking unicorns are definitely out there. I just saw one fucking earlier.
Those MFT guys are a different breed, bro.
And here's the thing, man.
Can you provide me some fucking evidence for that shit? Because they ain't never fucking worked any fucking where. Like, this whole fucking, we've been in a monetary fucking system since 1970. How the fuck are you gonna fucking tell me that, oh, now we're in a modern age and modern era? Hey, check it out, Hans. Your fucking currency is only fucking sovereign if you ain't fucking trying to fucking trade it back and forth between fucking other fucking states. You stupid fuck. I don't hear this stupid shit about fucking MMT fucking. Get the fuck out of here. Shove your fucking MMT fucking books up your fucking ass. If you fucking honestly believe in MMT, then you fucking probably spent way too much fucking time in college and not enough time in the real fucking world. That's not the way the real fucking world works.
MMT, bro.
No, but it's unfortunately the way that the federal government is funded. Like, I mean, that's not what we end up dealing with by any stretch of the imagination, but it's why they get to put $1 billion into a war machine that, you know, of fucking funny money.
Yeah, for real. And it's fucking bullshit, because like all these fucking people, they're like, my favorite one is that when people say, currencies are sovereign, and so you use monetary policy to finance fucking public projects or whatever the fuck they say. And it's like, there's not a single fucking central bank on this fucking planet that is not a private fucking corporation. So I don't fucking hear this fucking shit about, we got the fucking monetary theory so that we can have fucking pink rainbows on the fucking side of the fucking... Yeah, I don't fucking hear that stupid shit. It is like fucking, over here right now, it looks like fucking, Blade Runner 2049, bro. The oldest forest in the fucking North American continent, the Gila National Forest, is on fucking fire sick right now.
It is.
It's fucking breaking my heart. That is like out of every fucking forest and every wilderness I've ever been in, that place speaks to me the most. like even more than fucking Black Hills, right? Like it's old, it's so full of fucking energy, and it's fucking burning to the fucking ground. We got such a fucking serious drought here, yo.
We're shout out to Jennifer Maxerson. She sent me a bunch of stuff earlier in the week that I've been slowly looking at, and it's all related to drought. And when Fee comes on Sunday to give us a recap of the Peruvian election, when that's done, we're digging into all the drought shit. I had a guy tell me he went to go camp up by Mount Shasta, Lake Shasta, in California, giant fucking inactive volcano. And he said there was a dude who had his camper down like almost in the riverbed, like Lake Shasta, almost totally fucking dry. The Oroville Dam losing 9 inches a month.
Yeah,
I know, Glory,
dude.
There's a like way to work. That's what she said in there. There is.
Yeah, dude.
But, I mean, yeah, dude. The drought, and we're not even in like peak drought season yet. And we were supposed like it's getting fucking hectic. It's gonna play hell with the global supply chain, and at the same time, they're like curbing shipments of building materials to fire prone areas on the West Coast. The whole fucking West Coast is a fire prone area.
Yeah, dude, like, it's fucking unreal, bro. Like the fucking drought here is so bad that the fucking state came and fucking took people's like. So there's like I don't know what the fuck their actual title is, but like there's people that hold the fucking keys for like irrigation ditches, right? And they work for the state or whatever, and they go and they'll open up the irrigation causeways to everyone, to like all the farmers' properties and shit, so they can irrigate for the season, right? The state quite literally took their fucking keys this year. And the only way you can irrigate your fucking field is if you rely on what you sell off of your field as your primary source of income. It's that fucking bad here, Holmes. And like good. The state of Texas has been trying to sue the state of New Mexico for like fucking 10 years over water rights, because Texas, in all their fucking infinite fucking wisdom, has a bunch of fucking rich people in El Paso that have fucking golf courses and fucking multi-million-dollar fucking mansions and shit with Kentucky fucking bluegrass, dude. With fucking bluegrass, which requires fucking way too much water to irrigate here in the fucking Southwest.
Yeah.
And so they've been fucking suing us for water rights, trying to tell our farmers that we can't fucking irrigate our fields because they don't have enough fucking water for their golf courses. Now, come to find out, they're also trying to sue for water rights because they've been trying to fucking fill the fucking frack holes with fucking river water when they're supposed to be filling it with fucking brackish instead of river water. But because they would have to fucking do a pipeline from the fucking Gulf all the way up to fucking West Texas, they said, no, that's too expensive. So we're just going to fucking take the only fucking source of fucking water that fucking New Mexico has. We're going to sue them for that so that we can fucking fill our fucking frack holes with it. So yeah, dude, it's fucking bad this year. And like, I about nearly fucking got detained at the nuke fort the other day on Tuesday, because we were setting up to do a fucking shutdown on the fire suppression system, right? So they opened the fucking valves to drain the fucking fire suppression system that was pressurized with water up above. And there's a 10-inch fucking main that's coming up from the ground, right? And they had shut off all the PIDs upstairs, but the fucking water didn't shut. So,
oh shit!
My New Mexican heart was fucking breaking watching for fucking hours, watching water just fucking pour out of this thing, and they couldn't seem to figure out where the fuck to shut it off at. And I'm like, yo, how in the motherfuck are you gonna waste all of our fucking water because you can't figure out where the fuck to turn off the fucking main?
Right?
Oh, dude, I was fucking losing my goddamn mind.
Painful.
I would too.
To see all of that water. Just yeah, that hurts my soul. Just to listen to it.
That's some Three Stooges shit,
dude.
Like,
yeah, and it's the federal fucking government. It's not like they give a motherfuck about us, right?
On that.
Yeah, like if that was to be a regular job site, you would have the fucking state out there saying, "Shut it the fuck off now," right? But no, since it's the federal government, and since it's this fucking critical military infrastructure, whatever the fuck, they don't have to fucking follow the same fucking rules. We've got my entire fucking state is on fucking fire. We are in the worst drought that New Mexico has seen in 20 fucking years. We can't fucking irrigate our fucking fields. The fucking Colorado River is fucking dropping down to a fucking trickle, a creek, not even a creek. And they're fucking just dropping fucking water because they can't figure out how to fucking turn it off. Get the fuck out of here. You fucking motherfuckers should be ashamed of yourselves. Yeah. And check this shit out. So I was talking because I like to fraternize with enlisted men because that's what real revolutionaries do, right? We do what we can to fucking organize the fucking working class, and enlisted men are working class, right? And so I was talking with this airman the other day, and this motherfucker told me that the military makes them buy their own fucking uniforms.
For real?
Dude, the military makes them buy their own fucking uniforms, right? And they also get a stipend when they're enlisted and they're deployed to a fucking base like the one that, like Kirtland Air Force Base here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Check this out. If they don't take the dorm, or if they take the dorm over on base, then they pull their fucking living stipend. And not only that, and not only that, is they run their air conditioner. They charge them to run the fucking air conditioner.
Bro.
They don't get paid fucking overtime. So really, their rate of pay in the United States Air Force for an airman, an enlisted airman, equals out to about $2.95 an hour.
Damn.
Shit.
That's not shit. To pay for their uniforms. What? I can't get that.
Yeah, and check this one out. The airman that I was talking to told me that he already went to fucking college, right? Mm-hmm. And for some fucking weird reason, he didn't qualify to become an officer, like right at the onset of enlistment.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, oh well, at least you can get your college paid for that you already went to, right? He's like, no. Like, what the fuck do you mean, no? He's like, no, they won't actually. The GI Bill doesn't apply to people that have already went to college.
Oh, I see. Okay. Wow. They don't always sell it like that. That's that's.
And I'm like,
wow.
It's fucking criminal. And so I'm talking to this dude, and he's from California. He's from the Bay Area, right? Mm-hmm. And I'm like, yo, you get paid $2.95 a fucking hour. You're $180,000 in fucking student loan debt for the degree that you got before you joined the military for engineering, for mechanical engineering.
Mm.
How the fuck are you ever going to get out of debt? He says, I'm not. Jesus fucking Christ.
Just like accepted it,
the
right?
The main fucking reason that people join the fucking military isn't even there anymore.
Right.
Like that is
What's the
fucked.
point? It sounds like
Making
every
these fucking
reason that you
dudes
would
fucking-
have to join if you'd want to, it's fucking gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and here's the thing too.
Yeah.
I was talking to Adam Kokesh the other morning. And he's like, yeah, I'm picking up the adjacent property next to mine, and I'm using my GI Bill for it. We didn't use it for the initial spot here. I still have the ability to do that. His GI Bill home loan for what he went through in Afghanistan is worth 40 grand.
Yeah.
That ain't good.
That won't get you through college. Not even close.
Huh?
That won't get you through college.
No.
Shit, no.
No.
Not in this day and age.
Not, I mean, it's
Couldn't
not
back then
even-
either.
It's not even like what 4 grand or 40 grand, sorry, is what not even 5% down on your average house in the Bay Area. Like right now in Santa Cruz, like a 1-bedroom shithole is $525,000. But if you wanted anything like 3-bedroom or with a patch of dirt in front of it, you're looking at $800,000 to $900,000.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
$700,000 for a 2-bedroom if it's got a little bit of a yard.
I mean, I knew it was expensive, but for that small of a house, you said a shithole, and that's the price. That's
$5
wild,
and a quarter
dude.
for a fucking
Yeah, that's why I don't fuck with
shithole.
California. Pay for what you get. Yikes. It's just gonna get more expensive,
Yeah.
it sounds.
Yeah, so I mean,
Yeah,
but
dude,
that's a fucking wild point, man. Because if the reason that the military recruiter is the worst piece of shit on the planet. Like it's their job to lie and lie and lie and lie and lie to get that kid to sign up. So they're allowed to promise them anything and everything. I can't tell you how many veterans that I've worked with and hung out with and met and fucking like through volunteer work and shit that are like, dude, if I could take out anybody, it'd be my recruiter.
Makes sense.
Yeah, dude. Because they fuck them so fucking hard, dude. Oh my god, they just like talking to enlisted men is one of the most heartbreaking things I've ever fucking done. Oh yeah, and here's another one that I nearly fucking broke the fucking glass from the work van. This dude told me that part of Trump's tax plan was to raise fucking taxes on enlisted men. So they fucking already didn't make shit, and now they've got to pay more fucking taxes because the forgotten man will never be forgotten again. Right? Like, just fucking, I fucking got so fucking mad. Oh, and yeah, another thing he told me is that the nuclear non-proliferation treaties are all bullshit. Because, because he brought up that some of the missions that they get deployed on sometimes is to go to fucking the Russian Federation and to inspect their weapons stockpile. Like, oh, that's cool, dude. Do the Russians come here? And he says, oh no, the Russians don't come here. I was like, well, you guys stockpile nuclear weapons here. He's like, yeah, but we don't have to report these. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, what do you mean you don't have to report these? He's like, oh, well, they're not plane ready. Like, we can't put them on a plane in less than 10 minutes, and they're not on a missile in a silo, so we don't have to report them. I'm like, Doc, you got like fucking nearly 1,000 fucking nuclear weapons in not only just here, but also on Sandia National Labs and in Los Alamos National Labs right fucking now. He's like, yeah, but we don't have to report any of those. I was like, so you're telling me that we're in a nuclear non-proliferation agreement that we don't even fucking adhere to, and we're fucking telling fucking Iran and fucking Russia and China that they can have nuclear weapons, even though that we don't even fucking... Oh, dude, I was fucking, like, blown the fuck away by this shit, because I thought they had to report everything. Oh, like, but no. they only have to report. I think what he said is that they only have to report 30% of the weapons that they actually have.
Dude.
Damn. You had a week, huh? Yeah. Just like think about the people like they talk to and stuff like that.
Dude, yeah, it's insanity. It's insanity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've chewed on your fucking ear for over 15 minutes probably.
We look forward to it.
But I figured I'd give you
I
guys
was
a call.
trying to find that video of like soldiers talking about their military recruiter.
No one's
it's
been in the
fucking
queue,
heavy.
so I let him go on.
Yeah, dude, fucking, and when, yeah, I enlisted to join the fucking military, and then I got arrested instead 2 weeks before I was supposed to ship out.
Okay.
Yeah, so I actually had my fucking MOS and all that shit picked out back when I was a wee lad, when I was only like fucking 18.
I have a lot of friends that shipped out too.
Fucking
They all
18 and
regret
fucking
it.
full of vodka. But yeah, dude, like back then for a 3-year enlistment and back-to-back basic and AIT, I was looking at like 10 G's of a signing bonus, right? And that was for a combat MOS. And what they don't tell you is that they disperse that signing bonus over a period of 10 years.
Not a one lump sum.
Fucking an extra $1,000 a year, dude.
That's a joke. It's a signing bonus, so you should get it all when you sign. Yeah, there's always fucking stipulations like that. That's bogus. They spread it over 10 years.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And the reason why I bring that up is one of those fucking airmen that I was talking to is he told me that if he was to re-sign, then he would get a $3,000 signing bonus, but he would have to fucking re-sign for another 6 years, and they would disperse it over 10 years because the military doesn't actually give you your fucking signing bonus. And so I'm like, how in the motherfuck are they going to keep raising the fucking military budget every fucking year and fucking every single enlisted man in the fucking military? Like, Jesus fuck. It makes me so fucking mad, dude. Like,
and what they do to trade off is they're like, look, we covered a little teeny tiny bit more of your healthcare through the VA. I found that video. I want to play it real quick before we got to get moving on with the last little bit of the show, because Sleepy Josh said we only get 15 extra minutes and we're almost there.
One thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
Hey, word. If you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
That was fucking bullshit.
Hey. If you could tell one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
Fuck you.
If you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
Hope he dies.
Hey, if you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
Why the fuck did you lie to me?
If you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
Thank you very much for the job opportunity.
Hey, Frost. If you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
Why didn't you tell me about Airborne?
Pennington, if you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be? Good. Hey, if you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
Thanks.
If you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
Fuck you.
If you could say one thing to your recruiter, what would it be?
You're welcome for my service.
Yeah.
That's what I've always been saying for a minute. Yeah, I've seen that. But there's many more just like that. What's that?
I hadn't seen that one for a little bit. The first time I saw it, remember when the fucking Army Twitter account made the mistake of being like, tell us what being a veteran means to you. And a bunch of veterans did.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, dude, it's like those poor fucking bastards get fucking sold a bill of goods, right? Like my father-in-law is he's a Vietnam vet, and his brain he's all fucked up. And like like the dude can't even fucking smell any type of Asian food without getting like fucking like violently ill. like
Jesus.
doubles over and almost fucking yaks because his head is that fucked up. And so like knowing just how fucked up these poor fucking dudes' brains get, and then continuing to fund that fucking military machine that doesn't even fucking pay for their expenses while they fuck them up in the head.
You're right. It's
like,
fucking infuriating.
criminal at this point.
Yeah, it is. It's
Yeah,
criminal.
like-
It always has been. It's fucking. I'm not sure how people can like reason with it a lot of the time because we glorify the military so much in the United States, and when you actually hear the realness of it and just what these people go through. I mean, like I said, I have tons. We all probably have friends that have enlisted, and a close friend of mine, and he's not doing too well because of everything. And he was barely in combat, so it's like just the whole culture of it.
Bro, I got
dude.
Well, I'll save that story. We're gonna let you go for tonight, my friend. We got time for one more call. Thank you so much for calling in again, my brother. I always fucking love the shit out of it. Nothing but love for you, man. Hold it
Much
down
love, Shadow
in the
Man.
birthday.
Yeah. Good night.
Wicked fucking guys. You guys have a wonderful night. Always
too.
thanks for having me on Get Your Shit Together. And who do I say fuck to tonight? Oh
Whatever you
yeah.
want.
How about this? Fuck Anna Kunsperian and fuck Cenk Uygur. How's that?
All right.
I like it.
Good night.
Orale.
Hello. This is the last one.
Last call.
Yeah, Steve, are you guys aware that the drought extends all the way to Iowa?
No.
Yeah, I've got
I
maps up that I'm gonna show on Sunday.
I
Yeah,
was not.
I had a farmer at a grocery store today. I'm in northeast Iowa, so we should be in an area that isn't that as affected as the West, because we're in a different aquifer system. I had a farmer come up to me in the grocery store and ask for support because their crops haven't had enough water to get beyond the emergent stage.
Yeah.
And we had 60% to 70%, and in some areas 80% losses in the corn and soybean last year from the storm. We had the equivalent of a Cat 5 hurricane that went from South Dakota all the way to Ohio, wiping out cornfields.
Jesus.
And,
oh yeah, I remember you mentioned that.
And like I talk to people, they don't they haven't heard about the derecho on it.
Mm-hmm.
So I should let you guys go in case there's another caller. I just wanted to bring up if you're going to do anything.
Yeah,
on the drought.
we're winding the show down, and you're the last caller, Snorky. So yeah, no, I mean we're planning on dedicating the second half of the afternoon Sunday show to but at least the drought, like North America, because if I got friends up in Canada that this is affecting, and it's insane. The areas, the problematic areas in the U.S. now this month, June, go all the way to Iowa, up into Minnesota, and then creeps up along the East Coast as well. Like, it's bad. It's hecka bad. And it's gonna play hell on the supply chain. It's gonna play hell with our domestic food supply. It's fucking this is shit that like people need to be thinking about and preparing for. Like I know it's and tender lungs. I know like we talked about, bitching about other shows for just staying on AOC or whatever, but this is what I'm talking about when I say that. Like, there's so much more shit that needs to be covered, and covered by people with much fucking larger platforms than ours, except for tell all your fucking friends about the show so that our show can get to that kind of reach so that we can be the ones that, we don't have to be but it, we already are. You just need to talk to more people. But being concerned with, your food supply, something to start thinking about.
Yeah, because I mean, even trying to get my own garden into my own yard, I'm having problems that the temperatures in Iowa, this part of Iowa, this time of year should be in the 70s, and they are in the 90s every day. And I'm just waiting for every state to the west of me to be on fire and not be able to breathe here because of the smoke that comes through. And last year we had smoke from the West Coast almost choking us out in the Midwest. And so this year is already supposed to be drier in the West than it is. But it's not just to the Smoky or to the Rocky Mountains. It's all the way to the Mississippi River that we seem to be having a drought.
Yep.
And
we're going to have significant water issues as a result of that.
So I won't try to
just dropped a Water Wars video that I'll be watching later. But yeah, I mean, in Iowa they're calling it short-term dryness. Anyone want to take that softball just hanging over the plate?
Sounds like a lube commercial, man.
But that's what they're calling it in Iowa.
Wow.
I'll put up the picture of Iowa that have as soon as I can figure out how to make it so y'all don't read my fucking Telegram messages.
Take a screenshot and clip it.
Yeah.
I also put the link up there on the Discord channel under your what would that be?
All right, cool.
Slow News Day live streams, very last one.
Right on. All right. Well, it's good to hear from you as always.
Yeah, nice to talk to you guys. I'll let
You
you
too.
wrap up, and I'll listen to you tomorrow. Bye.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Thanks, Mark.
Have a good
Thanks,
night.
Mark. And
Lines are
real
closed,
quick, the one really important thing I want to say in closing, you can reach out to Josh Davis in the chat and in the Discord for further details about it. But the Home Run for Julian tour is going to make its first stop in DC this Sunday, which is pretty much tomorrow East Coast time, but in 2 days West Coast time. But yes, Sunday at 5 p.m. in Washington, D.C., there's going to be an event there as a part of the first DC stop in the Home Run for Julian tour. So make sure to keep a lookout for that. And that's my closeout.
Allie, what do you got?
Looking for a new place to live. So I got a lot going on this weekend, but I'll be back on Sunday. So
Right on.
Yep.
Good luck. Don't
thanks.
trip. Any way you want to take that, don't trip.
Yeah. Why don't you tell the people what you said?
I told Allie I asked if it carried over from the stage if you said break a leg, meaning good luck on your house hunt, and the first thing that Allie does is trip on some fucking stairs, and now it's my fault.
No, it's not, but
don't blame you, motherfucker.
I did a little bit, but wasn't the spot for me.
Well, that's gonna do it for tonight. I should have done this already. I think about $180 shy of the goal on the GoFundMe. So I'm gonna go ahead and drop the link to that in both chats before we split. $190 short.
So close.
which is fucking insane given that like I don't promote shit well.
We'll get there. We'll get there. That is pretty good. We'll get there. Come July.
And I really like I haven't really gone and done a bunch of other shows about this yet. We're gonna try and get out there next week or so to promote it. The West Coast leg of the tour starts in Denver, Colorado, June 23rd, goes to Portland, San Francisco, Oakland, and then Los Angeles for a couple of days. I'm gonna be on board all of that, documenting it, going to turn that into a film. Don't think we've had a film related to the Assange case shot from the point of view of an on-the-ground activist with the central focus of the piece being Julian's father as his advocate. So it's gonna hopefully have some value, help people fucking get on board with this thing. And then July 1st in Washington, D.C., it's the last stop of the tour. They've got something special cooked up. Gonna make sure that I'm there for that. And Sunday, Christian Westbrook, Ice Age Farmer. Really looking forward to that. That's the 1 p.m. East Coast, 10 a.m. West Coast. That will be going out on Aftermath and iHeart as well. Sunday afternoon, Fee will be on to give us a recap and hopefully like an actual conclusive statement as to whether or not Castillo won the election. It's still being disputed right now. Anybody who's called it has called it prematurely. No one. Okay.
Looking forward to that. No,
and then we're gonna get into.
That's what I got it.
We're gonna get into the drought stuff.
What? That was a little late.
Which, oh, dude, it's brutal. And then, Wednesday evening, Ricky Varandas from the Ripple Effect will be with us. Allison Morrow will be with us the following Sunday, and I get on a plane. All right, guys, I want to thank everyone for watching. Huge thanks to the people that called in. Much love to Eric Jackman. Dude, I love the Trump impression.
It was good to get an update from the Trump war room or something.
Right? The war room.
Man, you gotta hear his brother do Alex Jones. It is fucking phenomenal.
That's great.
Yeah. I mean, Eric does a good Alex Jones.
They're both damn good.
Mike crushes it, dude. It is
uncanny.
Burma's
ain't bad either, but dude,
fucking dead on, man. Both of them, both a thing of beauty. And seriously, if you're anywhere near New Hampshire on July 9th, go to Keene, go to Nova Arts, go check out the Jackman Brothers live. That'll be funny as fuck, dude. Those guys are great.
They're funny as hell. They're nice. Get tickets.
Artwork behind me was done by my good friend Johnny Bravado. You can find the work at johnnylarson.com. He's also the guy who made our wonderful cartoon faces. Please go support, if not that particular local artist, a local artist. Go buy some art this weekend if you can. If you can't, make some. I don't know. Fuck it.
Do it.
Thanks to everybody who threw a super chat or super ray. Ralph Reed, I did see through a super chat. Thank you very much for that. And big thanks to my better than your co-hosts, Lori Jones, Ali Alexandra. Thanks as always to Sleepy Josh on the ones and twos. Buy me a coffee /Bort, BORT. Help a tech ninja out. He keeps this shit running. We'll see you guys soon. Thanks for hanging out. Good luck to us all.
Bye, guys.